Hey everybody, Fluffy the Kami here, and we're going to go ahead and go over a samurai overview using Happy's video. You go ahead and look in the description. His video is going to be in there, so you can go ahead and give him some support. So he's the one who did this original video. As you can see, this video is not going to be too long. It's how even Happy couldn't come up with much for Samurai. It's a 5-minute 36-second video. Samurai hasn't really evolved much. If anything, I feel like it's regressed, but we'll go ahead and get into that more. It's a lot more simple, so let's go ahead and get into this. Mr. Hoppy Gaming. Okay,
hey everyone,
let's skip
too much going skills
over
and
here.
Almost merciful eyes.
So yeah, all the same. Yeah, nothing really has changed. There are they even on here? No, they're not in here. Meditate has changed, but we'll talk about that too. Not much with Samurai here has changed here, but
Meditate,
let's move on.
Shinten, Gyoten, and Seigon are all familiar skills.
Aha. Ooh, go back. There we go. So Agiha's gone, which is not a big deal, honestly. Enhanced Strength is gone. Who cares? But Hagakure, this is gone. So this is really kind of saddening to see gone, because Hagakure, the way that Hagakure really interacted with Samurai was kind of the only thing that made it a very min-maxy job in a way. It made you think when you had to use it. I mean, it was a very useful downtime tool. You could just, use it and it was there for you, which is really nice. If you had any leftover sen, you always had to make sure you were managing your sen properly while using Hagakure, because it could screw up your rotation. But you also had to make sure that Hagakure was always on cooldown, because you wanted it to continuously line up with Meikyo, or else that could cause issues with your rotation later down the line. It was just a really interesting little skill that you had to min-max, pay attention to, make the job a little bit more of something. So it's not necessarily the issue that Hagakure is gone, but it's what they replaced it with that genuinely a little bit upset me with Samurai. But let's continue. Let's not sit on that all day.
Like it's entirely.
So let's scooch down here. Alright, so
Also extends.
right, all of Samurai's AoEs got basically buffs along with quality of life stuff. I don't even remember the names of them, they're so bad. But they no longer have fall off, which is great. So that's awesome. I don't know why they ever had fall off. That was so dumb. Also, Gurden doesn't have fall off anymore, which is great. It's straight up 800, so Samurai's actually going to be doing some great AoE. And then, of course, the respective AoEs increase their respective buffs. So Mangetsu is like basically the same sen as Gecko, so it increases Jinpu for that combo respectively, and then the other one increases Shifu. So basically good quality of life stuff for Samurai. Let's move on.
On the other hand, simply debuff, as has been
Yukikaze. So they buffed Yukikaze to 400 potency, obviously because there's no more slashing. I don't really know how I feel about this, considering obviously the same thing with Monk, right? It's not 10% damage, and I know what they do with Jinpu and Shifu is they add 2% to each of their effects. I still don't think that's enough. Hey, but that 2% is a lot more impactful than the 40 potency. Well, a little bit more impactful than the 40 potency that they put on Kasha and Gecko, in my opinion, as everything is affected by that 2%, not just those two weapon skills. But it does bring up a lot of things to think about. So that is, hey, I'm sure they bounce Samurai around this anyway. Let's continue.
for the entirety of Shadowbringers. Cast time.
So Gurden, as you can see, there is no fall off unless the soul tip is wrong. There is no fall off. It shares a recast timer, however, with a new ability, which we'll get to in a bit.
Timer shared with Sene, which.
All right, let's just. Okay, so this. This is the Hagakure replacement. Oh my god. it just gives you 50 gauge. That's all it does. It just gives you 50 gauge. This is so insulting, in my opinion, to all samurai. At least I feel samurai players should feel insulted. It apparently Hagakure was too hard for people, I guess. So they were just like, yeah, no, just give him the gauge. Who cares? You know, this is really, I don't want to say it's bad, but it definitely gives samurai this kind of unga bunga feel right now. We'll even get further into that when we get further down, which at least they replaced Hagakure with something. I mean, they could have just taken it out and then hell, who knows? But this is incredible. I didn't think they would make things this simple. But let's continue. Let's continue.
No more sacrificing your sens and giving up Madare.
Yeah, that sacrificing your sens thing was really cool, though. I thought it was an awesome interaction. But hey, that's just, maybe it's just me. I think it's just me. Let's continue. Alright, so this is Sene. It shares a recast timer with Gordon. It's 1250 potency. It's not much to say here. It's just big fucking damage, you know? 50 gauge. Yeah, so there you go. That's cool.
It shares that cooldown with Gurnen because...
Not much to say there. Alright, so this is Tsubame Geishi. Tsubame Geishi is basically... what happens is whenever you use a EI Jutsu, you can use Tsubame Geishi to repeat that EI Jutsu again. With the Kaiten effect already added, which is... excellent. Obviously, you can't stack Kaiten on top of this because that would be busted. But yeah, this basically allows you to get 2 Madares, 2 Tenkas, 2 Higabanas. There's some interesting ways you could use this ability. So Happy says in the video, right, you could already like double dot with this, right? So I mean, not so you can't obviously like have 2 Higabanas up on one target, but let's say you're doing MNF, right, in O12S, and you were to put a Higanbana on your primary target, and right as they're going invuln, you have your Tsubame Geishi up, and you would put Higanbana immediately on the second target that you switch to. So now you have the full potency of both dots quickly, you know what I mean? There's no building of anything like that, which is lots of potency right there. So that's a cool application that I kind of, well, I guess people thought of it too. I'm not the only one who thought of that, but you know, that's something, right? That probably won't be happening often though, because how long? 60-second fucking dot, you know what I mean? But hey, that's okay, whatever. Other than that, it's basically going to be used so you can use 2 Madares, which is, you know, more Madare. Oh, this is basically Samurai now. It's just more Madare and big potency, big numbers, and you know, Hakaze matters less, so that's fine. Yeah. Hey, you know, I mean, that's fine. It's a little boring in my opinion. I think Madare is cool and all, you know what I mean, but I feel like Samurai could use a bit more than this. Let me use my weapon skills to build up this attack, spam Shinten, and then Madare forever. It's looking a little boring in my opinion, that's all I'm saying. There isn't much going on here. But let's continue.
Now because
and it has a 60-second recast, so obviously you're not doing this all day. So calm down, okay, buddy? Just calm down. Let's see. There's more to this. Aha, Shoha. I think this is actually really the last thing there really is to Samurai. So, excuse me. There we go. Shoha is basically it's basically an answer. I don't even want to say it's just an answer Hagakure, because there was like so when you had Hagakure, well, you have it now, right? Because we're still in Stormblood, so let's relax. You have 2 things to do when you're in downtime for like maybe a phase transition or something. You have meditate to build your Kenki, and you have Hagakure, which you use to eat any leftover sens you might have had left over. And it's important, right, you want to use that as fast as possible if you have any sens left over to keep it in line with Make Yoshisui, which is great. But that's gone, right? So obviously Samurai needed something to kind of take its place. So they came up with Shoha. So Shoha has an interaction with meditation, and basically if you, as you can see here on the tooltip here, you get ticks for every time your meditate ticks, and you get stacks, and you can spend those stacks on Shoha for when the boss returns. The duration of those stacks is pretty long. It's 30 seconds, so don't, you can't just sit back and wait for buffs to come up before you spam your Shoha, so don't get too excited on that. But that's kind of not my biggest issue with Shoha. I guess one of my bigger issues with Shoha is that, first of all, it's not very interactive with the job. I mean, it has such a cool animation whenever Happy shows it. Let me just mute the video real quick. I guess my biggest issue with Shoha is you don't use it very often, right? I mean, how often are you just going to be sitting on the side of the room meditating just to use Shoha maybe once or twice a fight? Look at that cool animation, dude. It looks like fucking LB3. But, yeah, I mean, that's kind of saddening. It's such a cool skill. It's just locked to meditate. And not only that, but as you can see in the video, right? So Haps, he's using meditate here. But watch when the stack actually appears. Look at that, dude. There's still a delay. There's still a delay for where you get the stacks. So you're probably shit out of luck. I mean, good luck trying to, I guess, meditate for 50 potency between GCDs every 60 seconds when you want to use meditate. Not the greatest thing ever, I have to say so myself. But hey, that's okay. I mean, it's something, right? It's something to think about. It's more, right? At least there's a little bit of optimization to think about when you're using this skill. But yeah, you meditate, you get your 4 stacks. I mean, I wish this was like 400 potency, honestly, not 300 potency when you get the 4th tick, because that's just so low. These are some low ass potencies. I mean, it's free as fuck though, technically, because it's not tied to Kenki or anything. It's just tied to meditate. So it is free, and you still do get the Kenki for meditate. But yeah, but the fact that this doesn't tick instantly is kind of a big oof. But let's continue. I don't think there's much else to say here. I mean, let me just say that it is a good tool. Like, don't get me wrong, it's gonna work, and I think it's a good move. It's free potency, and you still get the Kenki, so you still get your Shintens and blah blah blah, or Senes and whatever. But would have preferred it to be a little bit more interactive within the rotation or something. It's kind of like the same thing with Monk. I don't like the moves that are so specific to these situations that don't happen, maybe they happen like once or twice a fight. It's just so annoying when the coolest skill is just so borderline useless, but it's really good. Whoops. There you go. Let's just keep that there. But yeah, that's okay. Let's continue. Okay, yeah, they reduced the cast time of VIG2 from, 1.5 to 1.3. Big deal. But hey, there you go. A little easier. Yeah, they got something about traits. Hold on. Let's move on. Yeah, I said that about Chimpu. Chimpu's 12. Shifu is 12 also. So, big deal. Again, it's nice, I guess. I don't think there's anything else. But yeah, that's Samurai. So, I guess my final thoughts on it. It's an okay job. It just seems like so much of the optimization parts of it are just gutted, and it seems to kind of be, quite frankly, an Oonga Boonga job. More Midori, and I just want a Midori, man. It's kind of saddening. But, hey, that's okay. That's kind of a theme within Shadowbringers so far, that a lot of jobs have just been simplified, but, you know, what are you gonna do? I'm sure the job will be fine, at least in terms of, let's say, meta. It looks really strong. I mean, hey, there's a lot of high potencies here, but that's something we'll have to see. I don't really want to say much right now in terms of game balance anyway. But in terms of design, it does work, so hey, it's fine. But those really are my thoughts on Samurai. So if you liked the video, go ahead and like it. If you disliked it, go ahead and dislike it. And go ahead and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thanks for watching.